in Seoul for Korea Blockchain Week, and today I'm with Rushi from Movement.
Yeah, super excited to be here. Thanks for having me.
Rushi, I'm excited to learn more about Movement. So, as an introduction to everyone that hasn't heard about it, tell us what Movement is.
Yeah. So Movement is the first Move EVM layer 2 on Ethereum. What we're working on is bringing the Move language and the Move virtual machine to Ethereum. So my background is in engineering and distributed systems. Been writing Ethereum, Solidity code, Solana code for the past 4.5 years. And I think what's really interesting is that Facebook, around 6 years ago, started the DM program, which was designed to bring the Move language to blockchains, which is essentially, imagine a blockchain designed for the Facebook app. Since then, it's split off into 2 layer 1s, Aptos and Sui, and now we're the main layer 2 kind of market, bringing the Move VM to Ethereum. So it's part of this wave of bringing high performance, high throughput, and next generation use cases to Ethereum.
How did you come up with this idea?
We started November 2022. For context, I built the first DEX, which is a decentralized exchange on Aptos. The thesis was I love building in Rust and Rust-based programming. I wrote a lot of Solidity code. It was very difficult to write Solidity because it takes months to debug code. It's hundreds of thousands of dollars for auditing code. It's very difficult to get secure Solidity code today. And as an unexperienced developer, it was difficult for me. Then we started learning about Move, and it's very easy to go 0 to 1 with Move. Such that if I'm a new developer, imagine I'm like a 23-year-old in my dorm room, I can deploy secure code onto mainnet and not worry about getting hacked. So we're really focused on the most secure and fastest VM on the market.
What was the key thing that triggered you really wanting to bring this to life?
Observing the amount of hacks on Ethereum. Every year there's $4.5 billion lost in smart contract hacks, whether that's re-entropy, it's computer overflows. It's basically common human errors that cost billions of dollars. So what gets me up and going is like, how do I get my mom to use crypto? How do I get my family to use crypto? How do I get institutions to use crypto? And every time they're like, oh, crypto's a scam, it's going to get hacked, etc. And to be honest, they're relatively true. So what we're working on is like really building a very secure environment so anyone can trust the code they're deploying on.
Was it smooth from the beginning? Like, was it easy to get people on board with your idea?
No, it was very difficult. So for context, me and my co-founder dropped out of college. We were very young, basically kids. And we started the week after FTX collapsed. So literally the worst point being crypto right after FTX. And we struggled for months, unable to fundraise, unable to get a market. It was just me and him in the dorm room. But since then, we were now 42 people deep and we've grown exponentially.
And this was where, in SF?
We started in Nashville, actually, which is southern United States.
And you're originally from there?
I'm originally from the New York area, and now we're headquartered in San Francisco.
Right. And what's coming? What are you working on now?
Yeah, so we just launched testnet 3 weeks ago. We crossed over 100 million transactions, 3.5 million addresses, and now mainnet's coming up, where we're going to be the first high throughput blockchain on Ethereum. So you had optimistic rollups, you had ZK rollups, and now you have next gen rollups where people can use high performance blockchains, high throughput blockchains on Ethereum. So we have mainnet coming up in the next month or so.
And what's the key thing that you see people getting the most excited about out of everything that they can do with Movement?
So besides the technology, I think what's really interesting is the community. We both have a very unique ecosystem. We have over 10 apps that fundraise, over $30 million ecosystem funding, as well as a very vibrant community that believes in Movement mission, this community-driven mission. So we aim to be like very community-driven, very giving back to the ecosystem, but also bringing new technology where we can say, okay, here's a fast, secure, cheap blockchain, and we have the ability to bring a novel community to it. So that's what we're focusing on.
You have such a strong presence here in Seoul.
Yeah.
Is there any reason why you decided to really bet strong on this conference?
Well, Move is particularly big in Korea. Aptos and Sui are some of the bigger blockchains in Korea. And we see a lot of consumer apps being built in the Korean ecosystem. So we really want to prioritize APAC ecosystem, prioritize Korea. And that's the work that we're doing.
For everyone watching, where can they find you?
Find me at Rushi Manche on Twitter and at Movement Labs on Twitter.
Rushi, thank you.
Thanks so much, Mina. I really appreciate it.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a house.
You know we do not understand that we do not want. Ladies and gentlemen.
We're back at the Genzio Media House.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us today.